TJ's another update for the week of the 24th. Sent you one originally, had to delete that because I realized the sound was fucked up, didn't work. So I had to re-record this and let you know. Wrote everything down so I didn't forget. I'll just go ahead and start with this week's workouts. Have been good. Monday was a good workout. Tuesday I didn't get to do my sprint training, which annoyed the shit out of me because I was really looking forward to getting to the sprint phase of the blocks or whatever, sprint block. And you'll know why at the end of this, later on in this update. This is gonna be a longer update, just so you know, because I have so much more to update you on this time. But yeah, I missed that day because first of all, the weather was shitty. Like it was raining, combination of rain, and snow, whatever that happens in this area of the country during this time of the year. And then the fields that I wanted to go on, that I was just gonna go ahead and try to hop on anyways, it was just like it was shitty, man. It was nothing but mud and just not good conditions to sprint on. So I didn't even risk risking an injury and trying to fucking sprint on and shit like that. So I took an L for that day, which again it was just disappointing because I really like my sprint days. Um, Wednesday was cool. The long steady state heart rate was cool. I picked the bike again because Tuesday was a shitty weather day. Wednesday was a shitty day. We usually have consecutive days of fucked up weather here. It's annoying. Can't wait to get out of here. By the way. So yeah, Wednesday's long steady state heart rate. I think my max heart was like 159. The average was like 140. So I did it the right way. Picked the bike, which was cool. They have the assault runner things at that gym, but I really don't like those things, especially for a longer run. It's I don't know. Like I don't feel very sturdy on it, and I don't enjoy the way that I don't know. I just don't like it at all. It's not running is an easy task for me, and then that thing makes running really fucking hard. It feels like for no reason. And maybe those CrossFit people like it because they don't like actually running outside and they can't run outside, but not me. So I chose a bike, and that worked out well. Thursday, which is today, obviously, great day, good day. I was fucking tired today, just because end of the week, whatever. But it turned out to be a good workout. Those days where you seem to be tired, the most tired, tend to be the best workouts. I don't know how that happens like that, but it did. Got up to 350 on my deadlift. My max deadlift, like all time, is like 460 something pounds. So I'm about 100 something pounds away from where I used to be. I'm not aiming for it, but I'm just kind of having that, that in the back of my mind where I used to be as far as that goes. It just let me know how much more strength I'm getting in raw power that I'm trying to pull with. So that's cool. Friday is another field session. I'm looking forward to that. Love my field sessions. Love getting out there and stretching the legs and get my speed and endurance up. So that was cool. Food has been steady, good. Here in the last few days that we're going to be here in Kansas City, it is not going to be as good because we're not going to keep as much food in the house. So there's going to be a lot more eating out. And with that, I just try to eat as healthy as possible, man. It's not going to be no McDonald's or Burger King or Taco Bell like that. I'm going to try to get as close to good food as possible. And that's kind of tough when eating out. But it is what it is. Sleep has been good. It has been drastically improved. And I think it all boiled down to me just relaxing prior to going to sleep. Before, I think we talked about, and I was getting off my computer and then getting into bed and just trying to like squeeze my eyes shut to fall asleep. And that's not a really good relaxed way to fall asleep, man. You just kind of got to let your body do its thing. And so I got a new routine. I end work at 11:30 every night, but at 11 o'clock, I kind of start to unwind. I go upstairs, brush my teeth, wash my face, get away from the computer screen as much as I possibly can. And then after I'm off of work, I hop into bed and I read a book. I'll journal. I've been reading a book and journaling for the past week and a half, and my recovery has shot way up. And I even just feel more refreshed in the morning. I'm getting 7 hours of sleep, 7.5 hours of sleep. And sometimes if I don't feel like writing in the journal or reading a book, I just won't. I'll just listen to music and vibe, or I just sit there and just chill and let my body just relax and unwind. And that has seemed to help tremendously with my recovery and with my sleep. So I'm really, really happy with that. I was going to say something else about that. That's it for now. I guess with sleep. Um, my move. We're heading to excuse me, San Jose, California, April 5th and the 6th of next week. Obviously, um, it's 27 hours to get there. We're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to get that knocked out in about 2.5 days. We'll see how that goes. So next week, in the middle of the week, I'll be in the car driving. So like I said, we're gonna be in San Jose. I already got gym lined up. I already got a club lined up. Like I said, I'm looking for the highest level club over there, and I'm trying to get hop on the select side for sevens. So if you have any contacts over there or anybody who who's in the San Jose, and San Jose is about an hour south of Oakland and San Francisco, in the same Bay Area, but it's not obviously not immediate. Um, but yeah, I've already scoped those things out, talked to a couple people um, about hopping on the team when I get there. My schedule should be changing by the time I get there as well, or at least in another couple of weeks. So I'll be on a regular like 9 to 5 schedule, or it will be 8 to 4, I believe, or 7 to 4, some shit like that, which is perfect for me. Where I can still wake up, go to the gym, and then after work I can go get some extras done on the rugby pitch. So I'm looking forward to that, and then I'll be able to get a more normal bedtime routine with that as well. So that's gonna be cool. Uh, as you probably seen that I played a little rugby on Saturday, just passed. I did not mean for that to happen. I originally went there just to show some support and hang out with the club. That's the club that I started playing rugby with back in 2016. That's the club that I went on multiple tours with. I vice captained one of the touring sides, the second touring side when we went to Scotland and Wales. So I have a lot of history with that club, and that is just an awesome place to be around. So I just decided to go down there and hang out. Ended up playing. I didn't do anything crazy, man. It was just 8 to 10 minutes of the second half, or 8 to 10 minutes of the last 8 to 10 minutes of the first half, the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, and then the last about 10 minutes of the second half. So maybe somewhere in between like 20 to 30 minutes of total game time. I felt good the entire time, man. There's a time where I had to hit a couple rucks like consecutively. It wasn't more. It was more than a couple. It was probably like 3 or 4. um, Consecutively, that definitely jacked the heart rate way up, and made me kind of panic for a second. I was like, man, I felt like my chest was about to explode. But it was rolling sub, so I was able to come off the field after that and catch a breather or whatever. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to play. I was just there just to hang out. I intended to warm up with them when I did. I warmed up with the first and second team, just to kind of get myself back into a rugby routine. It's been a while since I've been near the game, so I just wanted to do that. And I ended up, it's hard to stay off the field when you feel like you can go. So I just decided to give it a go and test it out. And it could have went one of two ways, and thankfully it went the way that I wanted it to go. Um, and I'm happy with it. I had a lot of fun before I hurt myself, or I was not having fun playing rugby, and to go back to where it all started and get back on the field and having a blast doing it was awesome. That being said, I still took things away that I wanted to work on and wanted to keep in my mind as far as getting my skills up. I had a couple of kick chase tackles, which I'm proud of. That it means I'm getting down there and catching defenders, catching ball carriers way down the field, which is awesome. I had 2 jackals, and I had a couple just key plays and key rucks and stuff like that. Just things that you need to do. I made some plays. I made a lot of plays, which I'm proud of. I didn't get the ball a lot out in the outer channels, because on that level, man, it's just you don't have the skill set to get the ball that wide that often. So I didn't get to do anything like that much with ball in hand as I would have liked. But I think that's okay. It gave me a chance to go and play other parts of the game, and that's what I like to do as well. So it was cool overall. I think it was a good day for me, and I obviously did not feel 100% like myself. There's still some speed that I need to get back. Still some explosiveness I need to get back. I made a couple explosive plays, but it just didn't feel like old Kareem just yet. And I know that with time, with a little bit more time, it's going to come back. I can feel it coming back. So I'm getting a lot more stiffness in my right ankle now, able to do some one leg jump ropes. So I know that the stiffness is coming back slowly but surely. So you keep consistent with that, and it's gonna come back. After the game, the cool thing is, during the game and even like on the sidelines or whatever, coaches and players were, both, they're all telling me that it didn't look like I'd been away from the game for 10 months. Just by the way I played, it didn't look like, and the way that I was built, the way that I looked, like physically looked, it didn't look like I'd been away from the game for that long. So that's a credit to you, the programming that you've done, and the programming that you've given me, the guidance that you've given me over the last few months that we've been working together. So that's huge credit to you. Huge shouts out to you for that. And that I can walk back on the rugby pitch and people look like, people say basically it looked like I didn't miss a beat. So that was cool. I was a little sore Sunday, Monday, but after my Monday session, the soreness went away. And the soreness was in, the primary movers in my lower body, because obviously I hadn't sprinted at 100% in 10 months. So that was the first time that I did that. And thank goodness, look back hindsight 2020, but thank goodness nothing serious happened as far as like getting hurt or anything like that. So I'm not gonna play again for another couple of weeks. To me, that was just a little test. I'm gonna use that as a test to see where I'm at and see where I would, to push a little bit harder to get to where I want to go and get back to feeling like my old self again, or even better than I was before. That's really it, man. Mentally, I'm doing okay. Like I'm starting to see it. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but here we have these the PR7 Premier League Sevens, or whatever they call it here in the States. It's this new Sevens league, and they had the trials for that. I want to say in like January, February, whatever. And they're about to name the teams for it, and I'll just, this is my current agitation right there, because there's so many people, and I'm not trying to be a hater or trying to be, negative towards these people, but there's people that I trained with and I played with, and I just feel like I'm better than. And, they're making teams or whatever, and I'm not, and I know I've been hurt for the last 10 months, but it's hard to like really wrap my mind around the fact that I said at 26 when I first picked up this game that I'm gonna do something with it. And I've had multiple people tell me that, after watching me play, that I'm going to, like, I'm the type of athlete who can make something with this, and to not have done anything like that yet, it just bothers me. It gets under my skin, and it really actually kind of makes me angry a little bit. And it's just like, I don't want to waste any more of my time when I know I'm this, I'm capable of playing with those guys and being better with those guys, better than those guys, I should say. I just feel like sometimes my game and the way that I play rugby is kind of overlooked. I think sometimes when people hear that you're fast, they expect you to be the 60, 70, 80 meter breakaway try type of person, and I can do those things, but that's not part of my game. My game is, especially as a fullback, is, put people in space and almost as like a second 10, and, do all the dirty work that is often overlooked on the rugby pitch. Hitting rucks after ruck, counter rucking, jackling, and all that type of shit is the type of shit that I like, and maybe it doesn't show up on the highlight reel. It's the type of stuff that I'm good at, and sometimes I don't feel like I'm getting my credit, and I know I might be being irrational right now and just being kind of too emotional about it, but I love the sport and I love to compete, and I just feel like I want to compete at the highest level, and I want to compete against the best, and I want to challenge myself, and I just feel like, all these opportunities keep skating me by. Right now, the American 10s trials is happening down in Florida, and I'm getting ready to go to California, and I hope that I can make a select side out there, but nobody knows me out there, and it's like I'm one of the, again, still one of these unknown athletes who still have to prove himself, and it's just, sometimes I just, get a little frustrated with that. But either way, I'm going to keep working my ass off to get where I want, you know what I'm saying? Even if it takes me 3 more years to do it, and I'll be 35, but whatever the case may be, I love this sport, and I'm going to keep on trying and keep working my ass off. And I'm close. I feel like I'm close, but, that's just how I feel at times. But I think that's all. This is a lot longer of a update than usual. Like I said, I have a lot more to update you on. But yeah, that's about it, man. Once again, thank you. Can't wait for your insight.